Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dietrich, and today I am going to try to help you answer the age-old question. Should you buy a Tesla Model Y or an Acura ZDX? On the face of it, this might seem like an odd question. One of these is the best-selling car on Earth, and the other is the Acura ZDX, one of a quartet of GM Ultium EV SUVs whose sales were all DOA. The ZDX has a considerably higher MSRP than the Model Y, and the ZDX is considered a mid-sized electric SUV, whereas the Model Y is considered a compact SUV. However, stay with me here because I promise these cars are more comparable than they originally appear. Since they are the closest in MSRP and they are the two that I have reviewed, I will be comparing a Model Y performance with a base model ZDX A-Spec. Let's get started. You only get one chance for a first impression, so we are going to start with styling. Since it is the best-selling car on Earth, I'm sure everyone watching this has seen a Tesla Model Y by now. It's basically an egg on wheels. Best case scenario, somebody puts a shiny red or green wrap on it, and it looks like a Christmas ornament. On the other hand, the ZDX sports a traditional two-box SUV profile with handsome chicane LED running lights and a slightly cheesier looking illuminated diamond pentagon grille, and it is clearly the better looking of these two cars. First point to the Acura. Since these are SUVs, let's move on to practicality and cargo room. This is where the fair comparison starts to come into play. Despite the fact that the ZDX is in the next size class up from the Model Y, the Model Y actually has slightly more total cargo room than the ZDX. This is partially because of the Model Y's frunk, or front trunk, which is very useful. Apparently, the shade tree engineers that designed the ZDX at General Motors couldn't get their minds around the fact that an electric car doesn't need a whole load of junk under its hood. Or maybe they thought their customers would just get confused if they opened the hood and it was just an empty hole under there. Either way, I find that stupid and the Tesla gets the point for cargo space. When it comes to interior passenger room, both of these cars are very roomy in the front seat and the back seat, and I can easily sit my 6'5" frame behind myself in either one. Interestingly enough, even though it is technically the smaller car, it is the Model Y that offers an optional third row seat, but unless your wife took thalidomide while she was pregnant, they will not be of any use to you. 1 point for each car here. Moving on to EV-ness, and once again we're comparing the Model Y performance to the base model ZDX A-Spec because they are the closest in price. Purely from a driving perspective, the Tesla blows the Acura out of the water here. Even if you move up the Acura food chain to the ZDX Type S, which is a vehicle that I have driven, I think the Tesla is still the nicer car to drive. A friend of mine who actually owns one of each of these vehicles, it's his Model Y Performance that I filmed for the review that you're seeing footage of here, he says the Tesla smartphone app is superior to Acura's as far as usefulness, and he also told me he thinks the build quality is a little bit better on the ZDX, which is hilarious because the build quality on the ZDX is very poor, especially considering its price. But it still beats Tesla, which has build quality that can only be described as hit or miss. Tesla also gives you access to their supercharger network, which Acura claimed the ZDX drivers would get when the car was debuted, but that has not yet materialized. Between the better driving experience, the better app, and the more expansive charging network, the Tesla gets the point here. When it comes to features, Tesla is still on its own minimalist road. As of this writing, the Model Y Juniper is not out yet, but assuming it arrives soon, it will probably provide the new features that the Model 3 Highland also has, so it will get interior ambient lighting, actual blind spot monitoring, and ventilated front seats. The base model ZDX already has all of these features, plus wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a digital gauge cluster, a traditional panoramic roof with an actual cover on it as opposed to a giant glass roof, whether you like it or not, and proper keys included with the car along with the key card and smartphone app. The ZDX gets the point for features. We will finish by talking about value. The MSRP price difference on these cars is considerable, but crucially, the lease price is not. Tesla is currently advertising the Model Y Performance at $499 a month, with $2,999 down, and Acura is advertising the ZDX A-Spec at a $489 per month payment with $3,499 down, which are almost identical programs aside from the fact that Tesla gives you 10,000 miles per year for that money and you only get 7,500 miles per year with the Acura lease. However, where I am in Southern California, you can do far, far better than that advertised program on the ZDX without doing very much legwork at all. Just call your friendly local auto broker with an 818 area code and you'll save a couple hundred off of that monthly payment. If you're crazy enough to buy an EV right now, the Tesla might be the better choice to keep long term, but with the current EV market, you are far better off leasing it to avoid the insane depreciation that comes along with all electric vehicles right now. People who advocate for Tesla tout the quote transparent unquote pricing and easy purchase process as one of the many positives of purchasing one of Elon's cars. However, I personally don't see the appeal of always paying full MSRP no matter what. I have the confidence that I have the connections and the skill to get myself a better deal than that, so I'm giving the point for value to the ZDX. So after all that, the final tally is 3 points for the Model Y and 4 points for the ZDX, making the Acura my winner. Surely Tesla fans will accuse me of bias and stupidity for this, and to them I say the comments section is right down there. I must say that even I feel a little dumb ranking the world's best-selling car below a frickin' Acura ZDX, but the fact of the matter is that if I were going to spend my own money on one of these cars, it would be the Acura. If a friend or a family member were looking to lease an electric SUV, the Acura is also the one that I would recommend to them, so it is the rightful winner of my comparison. Please leave me a comment and let me know if you agree with my assessment or not. Please like my video and subscribe to my channel, and please have a great day. Bye-bye.